Welcome to PMPA's Final Cut of the Week, where we share important information you may have missed while you were making essential parts. I'm Durain Davis.
And I'm Kate Corella-Smith, and this is what you need to know for the week ending April 5th, 2024. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the number of job openings changed little as of the last business day of February. For manufacturing, openings in February were down 13,000 from January 2023 and down 91,000 from February 2023. Job openings for durable goods manufacturing were up 13,000 in February 2024.
Shipments of manufactured goods were up 1.4% in February, following two consecutive monthly decreases. This followed a 0.8% January decrease. Shipments of manufactured durable goods increased 1.2%, in which was a dramatic reversal from the December to January decline of 0.7%.
New orders for manufactured goods in February were up 1.4% following two consecutive monthly decreases. This followed a 3.8% January decrease. New orders for durable goods manufacturing were up 1.3% after declining 6.9% in January. Our take? New orders reversed their downward two-month trend, turning to the positive, which aligns with the sentiment indicators in our February Business Trends Report.
A 3D printed jet engine was test fired for the first time. The engine boasts 90% part consolidation when compared to a traditional engine design. The company went from design to finished engine in 16 months. This is an incredible achievement in rapid development. A process that could normally take decades has been shrunk to mere months. Our shops need to be nimble and flexible enough to prepare for opportunities that may arise from rapid development.
AI is still a hot topic, and companies are having disagreements over what open source AI really is. Traditionally, open source software had source code published, which means one could modify the code and republish as long as the project remained open. AI companies limit access to their models for certain purposes, and most AI companies do not openly publish code. It seems open source has become a buzzword for AI. Although there are very few projects that follow the open source principles, the majority of AI projects can be called open use because of the nature of their accessibility. Open Source Initiative is looking to change that by creating a framework for determining if AIs are truly open source.
In case you missed it, here are the hot topics from PMPA's ListServe communities this week. New Cut 1215 steel, wire EDM, wage, and premium approaches to weekend shift, the latest OSHA final rule, and thread gauges. PMPA members can ask or answer questions on our powerful ListServe communities found at pmpa.org.
Where can you go to learn about GD&T, Swiss, materials, 3D printing, measuring KPIs, metalworking fluids, lean, chips processing, CMMC, machining unleaded brass, boring and grooving, reducing secondary ops, profitable volume, software tips to maximize production, quality, reading a chip, training, trade school relationships, and cutting tools all in one place, plus print layout sessions and networking with your peers at PMPA's National Technical Conference being held April 28th to the 30th, 2024. The lessons that your team bring back will pay for themselves many times over as they put them into use going forward. Don't miss it. Register today at pmpa.org.
On this week's Speaking of Precision podcast, Miles Free, Carly Kistler-Miller, and David Wynn discuss important aspects of when, why, and where to use custom tooling to make our precision machining shops more efficient. This podcast and our Speaking of Suppliers podcast can be found on major podcast platforms or on pmpa.org.
Now it's time for our weekly tip. Many legacy prints for federal and defense procurement may still have prior AISI grade designations. For a chart with the letters used for prefixes and suffixes employed by the former AISI designation system, go to pmpa.org's Knowledge Centers or Final Cut of the Week.
And that's our take on what you need to know for the week ending April 5th, 2024. For additional information and links about any of the topics discussed today, go to pmpa.org and click on Final Cut of the Week.
Thanks for checking in, and we'll see you next Friday. U.S. Bureau of the
consolidation when compared to the
These are having disagree. Okay, I need to start because I was like, what's that word?
In case you missed them, what's so funny? Oh my, I almost said it. And that's hard to eat. What the? I don't know where that came from.
The frog from my throat jumped over to his.